Right guys, welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Season 8, Episode 5. More, I don't even know what it's called. And you know what? I don't know what the episode's called and I don't care because I didn't like the episode and we're going to get into why. So, first of all, the characters. Oh, by the way, this is Fear the Walking Dead, just in case, you didn't know. I'm sure you read the title. I'm sure you knew what you were clicking on, but this is Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 5. So, the characters. I did not like the characters this episode. I thought they were terrible. Kind of. One character I think was alright, but Morgan, I mean, look, it's the same old with Morgan. I don't really know if I need to keep mentioning it. Morgan's annoying. He's frustrating. It's just the same old for him. And I thought this episode he was a genuine bully to Grace because all Grace really wanted to do was spend her last moments together with her daughter and her husband or lover, whatever you want to say. And really, she didn't get that because Morgan and Mo both teamed up on her. And I understand why, because it was a kind of good thing. But, like, if she survived, it was a good thing. But it wasn't very good, was it? I mean, and she didn't end up surviving, and now they don't really have any great moments, and everything that Grace was doing in that little house, or hut, was kind of a waste of time. And Morgan and Mo took that away from her. So Morgan was definitely the ringleader, but Mo was just so unbearable. Morgan definitely planted it in Mo's mind, but Mo, I'm telling you, this was her worst episode yet. Like, she was terrible this episode. Oh, 1 minute. God, sorry, I had to blow my nose because just talking about Mo is just really making me ill. But Mo was absolutely terrible this episode. I think that Morgan was the kind of, like, making her feel that what she was doing was right. But she just stole Grace, took her to the train car, practically got her killed quicker because the radiation. Or if she didn't kill Grace quicker, she just was like, it was a waste of time. And then at the end of the episode, Mo went back to Padre. Why? I just don't get it. Like, we did so good of Mo, like, being like, oh yes, no Padre, and we're going to stand up, and I want to be with my parents, and I want to help them, and I want to help all the other kids, and then she's like, no, let's go back to Padre, woo! Let's go back to Padre, for what? For what reason? Like, it's so infuriating. Like, Mo was terrible. Mo is just like her father, but this episode made Morgan look a little bit better in the end compared to Mo, but still not completely, because at the end of the episode, I don't know if the showrunners thought they were being funny to get a little kick out of us or something, but Morgan was like, I never die, and I was like, okay, well, it's not like you're gonna kill off your main character, kind of. I mean, look, killing off a main character is not the worst thing, but killing them off for no reason, Madison, sorry, I don't know. You wouldn't ever think to kill off your main character that doesn't need it. And I don't know if they thought they were being funny by making it seem that Morgan's just never going to die, even though he should have been killed so many times. Morgan just gets that off too easy. So those two, dad and daughter duo, were absolutely horrific this episode and ruined it. Grace, I actually felt really bad for. I don't like Grace. I really don't like Grace. But I actually have to say that I did feel quite terrible for her this episode. I thought that she really did get the short end of the stick. And I thought that all she wanted to do was have a last moment with Morgan and Mo. And I can understand why Morgan and Mo wanted to push her to get this cure, to spend more time together. But ultimately it didn't work and it backfired, and it shows that them being selfish, or not even selfish, but just believing in their own beliefs and not even listening to Grace. Look what ended up happening. They ended up having a bad kind of finale, like, with Grace. And for what? Because they wouldn't listen to her. I thought that Grace's death was sad, though, to some extent. I don't like Grace, I don't care much for her, but I thought that I was a little bit sad about Grace. I also really enjoyed the season 7 kind of little flashbacks. I thought they were quite good. Like, when Grace was dying, they, like, showed a couple of flashbacks from season 6 or 7. Might have been 6 or 7, I don't know which one. But I thought, I like it when it ties itself in with each other. I know, like, it doesn't have to, like, I just like when another season is referenced, and it's like, well, Morgan and Grace were going to kill themselves, but then they heard Mo crying, and they were like, we need to look after Mo, and Mo's been a big kind of push in season 7. So yeah, I'll sit here and I'll say, like, I liked that. I thought Grace's death was done okay. I thought mother and father, God, this is such a confusing trio. I thought that Mo and Morgan were just terrible, and I thought Grace, it was a little bit sad, though. Again, good riddance to Grace. Goodbye. I'm starting to miss Madison. It's been a while since we've seen Madison, and I'm getting a little bit fidgety about it because, let's be honest, where's Madison? I miss her so much. I miss Madison so much, and I have no idea where she is. And it's been 2 episodes. I think, I didn't watch the preview, but I saw her in the preview. So we'll definitely see her in the finale. I wouldn't see why we wouldn't see her in the mid-season finale as well, but we'll see her then. But, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit sick because these past 2 episodes have just been focused on characters that personally I'm not interested in. So I've been a little bit disengaged, to say the least. I thought one thing this episode did that was horrific was hinting that there is possibly no cure, considering that we all got so excited that Alicia was probably confirmed to be alive. And them kind of hinting, you know, with Finch getting ill and Grace dying at the end, that maybe there isn't a cure. I mean, it's hard to tell whether that's what they were going for, whether that is what they're going for, because, you know, June did say that Finch didn't get the correct radiation dosage, which could mean that it's still going to take time to refine, or it could mean that maybe radiation is just something that stops the cure in terms of maybe slows it down, but doesn't completely stop it, you know? But I'd like to hope that Alicia's alive, so, you know, but whatever, this episode still teased me in the way that made me quite sad. Thank you again, showrunners. Thank you again. What else? That's it, really. I was watching this episode and thought, is it good or bad? And was like, I don't know. This episode was terrible to me. I thought it was worse than the premiere. I really did. Like, at least the premiere had Madison in it. So, you know. So I would give this episode a 5 or 6 out of 10. I would say, like, it really wasn't good. I thought it was terrible. Terrible. I thought it was boring. To some extent, it was boring. One thing I do want to mention as well, I want to talk about it more when we finish Season 8A and Season 8 as a whole, but at least for Season 8A, I just want to quickly mention this now. There seems to be a lot of repetition between going back and forth between Padre. Like, this character's in Padre, this character's gone away from Padre, now they're going back, now they escaped again. Hey, look at this character, they're out of Padre, now they're going back. Look at this character, going out of Padre, going back. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't really felt too kind of alienized by this. Like, even though it's happened a lot, it's only me thinking about it now where it's sort of becoming a little bit of a problem. But in all the other episodes, I don't think it was much of a problem. So hopefully if they can quickly flatten this out and they can start like getting people out of Padre, then that would be good. But if they keep doing this, I think that there is maybe a possible problem of repetition where it just will get really repetitive and boring seeing people go in and out of Padre and it just be like, for God's sake, like, what are we actually doing? But yeah, terrible episode. This is one that I think I might just miss if I was to ever watch Season 8. Like, I actually would say all the other episodes, if I was to rewatch Season 8 as a whole, I would watch them all. But so far, this is the first episode where I generally have to put my foot down and say, I might not watch it. Like, I would prefer to watch Amina than this. And Amina was so annoying, but at least it had Alicia in it. And at least it had references to, like, Madison and all. Like, it just had characters I cared about. But this episode had, like, no characters that I cared about. And they were so annoying. Like I not only did I not care about the characters, but it's not like I could like them. I just thought they were so annoying if this episode was dead. And, like, notice how I haven't even mentioned Dwight, June, Daniel, or Sherry, or Finch, necessarily, because they didn't really do much. Like, it was mainly a, you know, mother, daughter, husband, dad, whatever, you know, trio of Morgan, Mo, and Grace focused episode. I didn't care for it. But the other lot, you know, they were fine. I thought their lots was fine. So I'm not going to say anything bad about them. There wasn't enough to say they made the episode good or saved it, because they really didn't. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the season finale will be quite good. I'm looking forward to that. I actually am, because Madison will be back and we might see Strand or Luciana or something like that. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time in a bit.